There we go. Urban Connection, Atlanta. We're back with Mr. Blake Nicholson himself.
What it be world, what it be world, what it be world. It's your boy Black Nicholson.
Yeah.
Live, the Omen Agency copy here from the ATL.
Yeah. Excited. You can see the backdrop, performances over here, ciphers. I mean, they do it all here.
It's the world famous Omen stage behind us.
Downstairs, studio. Man, it's everything. You just kind of.
Big house.
It's your house.
Big house.
Bar. I like the settings. Get the loft look in there. It's like relaxing here. And then of course the Santa.
Brick walls. Oh yeah, the little Snoop Dogg in there. Yeah,
You call it the Snoop Dogg.
That's from the studio downstairs.
That's
But this stage right here, the big stage. We've done Love and Hip Hop here with Jocelyn and Stevie J. Oxygen with my man K Camp and Naima Supreme. Pick up Timberland and TJ and my man B Rich and all those guys. JR.
I was looking at the list. There's a list on.
Oh yeah, just had B.O.B. here last week, or no, not last week, a couple weeks ago.
This is what he did his art thing.
Party,
man.
The unveiling of the artwork.
See, I miss stuff like that. Like, and then I always like the only.
You're here now.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm excited.
You're here now.
But anyways, let's start off. Born and raised.
Born and raised in Detroit, actually. I was actually summoned to the ATL for a record deal here, very young in the early '90s, and that's how I made my way to Atlanta from Detroit. But I'm originally from Motown, and the Omen Agency is a Motown concept. Basically, departmentalization, putting things in order, and streamline them. To be able to create a one-stop shop for anyone that is trying to create combustion or someone that already has combustion and keeping it going, needs to recreate themselves, find different outlets. Basically, we're a full service marketing, promotion, and booking agency for the most part.
That is awesome. With in touch with a lot of avenues too. Like you said, if they want to remake themselves, this is the stuff. Yeah, I've seen quite decent talent. I sat on the panel last week, and then you guys are like some pretty good artists that were.
Yeah, we seem to be
showcasing stuff. Yeah, man, and then when I googled it, it's spiderwebbed into connection with a bunch of people who've come through here. I was like, whoa, And I was talking to you too the first time I met you. Your work yourself, South Africa. My homeland, of course. Got in the switch. I was like, man, I gotta get time with this guy.
Pick up Joburg, all my people in Joburg. You know what I'm saying? All my Durban people, don't do Wonga, and all my people in Cape Town, 5FM.
He's dropping names in Southern Africa.
Luyanda, what's up?
Global urban connection. That is amazing, man.
Got a location like Omen agencies in Atlanta, Germany, and South Africa, and
Germany too.
Oh yeah, Germany. Yeah, we actually
speak more about that.
Well, we started occupying Germany back in 2008. Had some partners over there that was seeking out some relationships because music had took a turn. Music went from East Coast, to Puffy, to just down south. So myself, I was working between the Asylum and Rap-A-Lot system at the time when they reached out, and my partner Thomas Salter, now my partner, but then he wasn't. He reached out, he came to the States. We took about 2 years to put the format down and went over and executed. So since 2008, we've been going back and forth and taking acts to Germany. We occupied Wiesbaden at first. We just relocated to Ramstein. And then 2011, right before the Cup, I believe that's when the Cup was in South Africa.
Yeah, 2010.
2010, okay. So it was right before the Cup. So actually in 2010 is when I went to Joburg for the first time. I went and checked out, brilliant places. I took a DJ Southernbread over there. He's Soulja Boy's DJ. We took Mano over there. Then we took Rick Ross was probably the biggest show that we took to South Africa. And it was for Robert Gumede. Shouts out to the Gumede family. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Luyanda. But the Gumede family, Robert was turning 50 years old, and we had the pleasure of organizing talent for his 50th celebration. And instead of, this is how big of a man he is, instead of going to Dubai or somewhere really exotic, this billionaire brother decided to throw the party and bring it to the people. So he brought Keith Sweat, he brought Rick Ross, had a few opening acts. It was a crazy occasion, man. Something I'll never forget. But yeah, Omen Agency, we spreading out. We got a global vision with you in mind.
Awesome. Did you hear that? With you in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, you Atlanta artists, upcoming Urban Connection is a platform. We invite you to come to the Omen Agency, find out, get some information. These guys could help you out, dude. It's
indeed.
amazing. It is
Please believe
amazing. Global. Google them. It's Google now. Now, let's get personal. Family.
Mm-hmm.
How were you raised in Detroit? How did this come to you? Like you're very a very organized person. You're running around and you
So what did it appear? It's like no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we strive for organization.
What's the history on that? Must be the way you were raised and discuss family.
Family. I was fortunate to have a mother and a father in the house up until the end of high school. So had a strong mother, strong father. They both believed in education. My father wasn't very educated, but very smart businessman, very hardworking. Had a job since he was 18, but he was a hustler too. He realized that to get ahead in America, you had to have a job and a hustle. So I got a lot of that from him. And my mom was real strong in the education, and she was a hard worker too. Kind of like Claire Huxtable, ghetto Claire Huxtable, so to speak. Funny.
Ghetto Claire.
Yeah, I mean, she's I say ghetto because we was on the northeast side of Detroit at 1st,
Mm-hmm.
John R. 8 Mile area, which is like Little Baghdad now. And then my adolescence, I spent most of my years on Linwood, which was another pretty hard area. But I call her Claire Huxtable because she always was very articulate. She was big on education as well as my father. But she was always really articulate and just kind of had that image, pretty lady. She's still hood. She knew how to be hood enough to keep us in check.
Parents with the plan and keep you in check. Yeah, and then
check,
with a mind like yours, you did because you probably like as a kid very conniving, thinking, planning.
Yeah.
So
my mom says, "Oh, I hope you have a baby just like you want." I'm like,
which you will, brother. Which you will.
Well, so far, I dodged that bullet. I don't have any children yet, but hopefully, I will soon.
Soon, yeah, little Blake Nicholson.
Yeah, who knows what little Blake Nicholson could do.
Yeah, man, amazing. Take the business to the space or something. That's crazy. So that's family. You mentioned the 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
The whole deal with 8 Mile. Like, what can you tell us about that?
8 Mile's funny, man, because 8 Mile is actually like a street that divides the hood from what was the suburbs then. I think that the hood is spread out before, yeah, but it's funny because runs from east to west. You got nice areas all up and down there, but then you have a lot of hoods too as well. So I think Eminem, 8 Mile to him probably represented some sort of integration mode. I knew him. I've met him through a place called the Rhythm Kitchen back in Detroit. This is where it really all started before the shelter. A lot of the legends, like even Slum Village, my man Tahid, rest in peace, he spun for like Inner City, which is a big house music group at the time. Maurice Malone, the clothing designer, all of us was kind of gathering in this Rhythm Kitchen. And it was an old Chinese restaurant next to the Latin quarters that we used to push the furniture aside and
clear the
room. People that was in the Tribe Called Quest or even NWA would kind of gather there to express themselves, kind of stay out the streets a little bit. But even the hood dudes, rest in peace, Chris Budd and COA, they used to come through there, all black hoodies, representing 12th Street. But we used to be in there, and I would see Eminem in there. And it's funny because my brother Goose, he's not my real brother. He's not my real brother, but like my brother, and he's a Muslim, so brother, you know what I'm saying? But he was the bodyguard, and if you look at 8 Mile, there's a big brother, dark-skinned brother that was stopping Eminem to come in the club in the beginning, and that was really Goose, and Goose used to be FOI, Nation of Islam, so he'd be like, let this white boy come in here and rap, man, fuck this white boy. And my partner Tahid, that was the DJ at the time, used to be like, yo, man, let him rap. It was Triplex. It was Grouch, my man Josie Wells. What's up, Josie? And then my man Tahid, rest in peace. So I did see Eminem in those days, man, and very proud of what he was able to accomplish. I know that there were some guys named chairman of the board that were very important in that whole movement.
Okay.
that necessarily didn't rise to the top, but it was Pop Squally, Ali Boo, and Jet Black, and that's where Eminem got a lot of that style from. Real talk.
Oh, so
Yeah,
and then a little
real
inspiration
animated. Yeah, it was like
okay.
little circle. So then from there, the shelters popped off, the shelter, the hip hop shop, all that great Detroit stuff. But 8 Mile for me was just a place where I'd run up and down the street, ride my bike, and be bad as hell, as a little youngster.
But you were definitely soaking something up, being in that environment. Yeah.
And the crazy thing with my parents too was that I lived on one side of 8 Mile, like I said, which was the hood right on Andover. But then they had me go to private schools. I went to private school,
cool.
K through 12. So I used to have to cross over 8 Mile to the white hood and go to school and have problems with them white people, and then go to the hood and have to be fighting because I had on a uniform. You know what I'm saying?
Like, look at this dude.
So it'd be like,
tie and
yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Oh,
not the tie, but definitely the powder blue shirts and the dark navy pants or black pants, white shirt. All that kind of shit.
It's crazy, man. You know what's messed up being from Africa? If you had clothes on, if you went to day school, that was the problem. You get bullied. If you rocking uniform, it's like like a legal game. Look at this dude going to day school.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it was definitely different.
That's different.
It's almost like a game. I want to go down the list. I want you to, from the Omen Agency to like the labels and the stuff you're just involved in. Like, right now, you understand what I'm trying to get it? You got the Omen Agency, and then Omen Agency is tied. I saw one of the flyers you guys had. You had iHip-Hop on there. You had just a lot of media clasps.
Now, okay. So I guess I'm trying to dig where you come from, because you're talking possibly. It sounds like a lot of affiliates.
Exactly. Because Omen Agency, I'm just trying to just give a perspective, because most of our audiences they are up and coming artists, and the Omen Agency is, to me, it's natural. It's this natural talent hub where you really can do anything, and it's not like somewhere where you have to come in a tie, or bow or anything. It's very relaxed and professional. You don't get it. So I'm just trying to get the affiliates you guys have, so these people actually they know that you guys are not no joke.
So you want me to name drop?
I mean, say that.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, Omen Agency itself is name drop.
I mean, I think we're very fortunate because we have a lot of great relationships. Like you pointed out, we've had people here from Def Jam. We were blessed by L.A. Reid to come look at. He sent his vice president at the time, Ray Daniels from Epic. I'm over here to look at one of our artists, Tina P. I think you guys interviewed earlier. Yeah. We've had Atlantic, Rari. I mean, he did a release party here, and I'm not sure if you guys know who Rari is, but he's a world artist, and if you don't know, you will know real soon. He's definitely not our artist, but definitely I consider Omen alumni. But I mean, he had every label in here, from Columbia to you name it. Again, B.O.B. from Atlantic, and that whole system, the whole Grand Hustle. K-Camp with Interscope. I mean, Future, you know what I'm saying? Future being with Epic again. Future's a good friend of mine and a loyal patron. Any project that he gets from, that may be outside of him, the Free Bands Gang or anything that he's working on, we always get a good nod from it. I think it's a game. Big up to Flash. I'm sorry, big up to Fly. All right, keep killing me. Fly kicks. But yeah, Fly his movement. We've been blessed to have guys like Fly Guy Vito bring Rich Homie Quan over here before Quan actually really took off. And you can look on the internet and look up Fly Guy Vito and Rich Homie Quan, and you'll see the video was shot right here at the Omen. I think we out.
Yeah, it's still
okay.
I'll just edit it.
So no, there's a lot of opportunity from different labels and
important security message. Please call the number provided as soon as possible.
Siri? Shut the fuck up, Siri. I'm doing an interview.
That's so great because then
Mhm.
it saves it. So we just continue from
Okay.
where we left off.
Okay.
It happened too with Miss Tina Pio. Yeah, it is Siri. I tried to put Siri on
Mm-hmm.
on Chromebook, and
I thought it was really still was taping, so I was like, I'm gonna find something funny to say.
Awesome. Really appreciate this. God, this new place is like awesome. It is amazing. What's that? Like, is there a DJ booth out there?
Yeah, it's a dual DJ booth. You can have a DJ at the top or the bottom, or both.
Oh, dual. That's not a bar. I thought that was a bar.
It could be a bar. That's what I say. If you move the DJ up top, it could be a bar. You could give things there from there, like gift bags or whatever.
People come in
People
and
could
see the
use it to
register.
sit in there for like a little VIP. You know, if they want to put the DJ on the stage. So, I mean, there's a lot of room for flexibility. DJ don't
It's
have to
like
necessarily be top or
when you
bottom.
found this building, when you like jackpot or like,
I kind of had an inside tip because my attorney owns this building. He had been telling me to come here for years, and
wow, so
rent
you
with him.
almost did come.
Yeah, I was actually somewhere else, and we were renting, and I was like, you know what? Come holler at these people.
So your attorney Atlanta based or?
I'm not a big fan of baseball.
No, I'm saying Atlanta based. Is your
Oh
attorney.
yeah, definitely. I thought you said Atlanta Braves.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm
I'm
not
from
necessarily.
Africa, bro.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe you like baseball. I came over here.
I heard like they really cheap there at baseball games.
I hear it's fun. My first game ever, I went to a baseball game. I caught the chicken pox. So not only did I not like watching the sports, I
You
caught
caught
chicken
like
pox. So I was like,
it's not good.
yeah. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I like playing it. I can play it.
Oh, really? You played like in high school or something? In private school?
Not necessarily like
they're gone.
Okay.
But yes, we discussed,
Yeah, yeah.
name drop. You heard the names. What we're just really trying to do music in Atlanta is like awesome. And then I think what Mr. Nicholson, my boy Blakey, is trying to do is the future. You cannot tie down to it. One thing over there, one thing over there. It just looks complicated.
It looks complicated.
And it probably is. I mean, when you're doing everything away, but when you bundle it like you do, that's what I'm saying. It's much better rather than going here for that, going there for that.
One stop shop.
One stop shop. It is the future. Now, one stop shop you can relax and like feel at home with, and then you can actually produce because you're not being, you suck.
That's right. Take your productivity to the highest good.
It is perfect.
Straight up.
Perfect. Now, if you were to, I'm pretty sure you've dealt with like a diverse genres of music. Because I've heard it all, like a bunch. Do you have a favorite, or do you prefer not to answer that? You can plead the fish.
You know me, I'm my palate. Music is my air. So and sometimes I like a little flavor with my air. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hip hop definitely is always going to be my love. That was my most of my motivation. Of course, before that there was R&B, and I'm always a little rock and roll, a little country. You know what I'm saying? So electronic music, techno was birthed in Detroit. So of course,
I heard that.
Electronic head, yeah. So there's some things I like more than others, but particularly, man, I moved to a lot of different beats.
You're a good dancer?
Yeah, I definitely was. I mean,
it was. You can't.
I just had some surgery recently. I ended up having cancer on my spine, y'all.
That's true.
That was crazy.
This is Superman, you guys. Do you hear that?
Up.
You heard that right. This dude is like running around. Like I called him yesterday. He goes, "Yeah, probably from 2 o'clock to late. I'll be at the agency." I called him at like noon. He's here already. He's like, I can show up whenever. So he's like running around and he's battling something you definitely beat. Anyways, he's Superman.
Right.
But we're happy to be here, and then the scene is relaxing and awesome.
Okay. Glad you like it, brother. Glad you like it.
Love
happy
it.
To be here.
Love it. Few more questions before we dip. Right now. No, let's say in the last month, the best inspiring like hip hop version of it, like an artist, could be a song or album, right now in the last like month or so, something that you heard, or it doesn't even have to be like mainstream. You can just say a name and we check it out. Like something you really were like, man, this is music. Not for me. I'm breathing it. You said music was your hip hop is your favorite, so last month. Give us something new.
Last month,
something
that I was inspired by that I heard. There was a track that I heard by an independent artist by the name of Odinero that was called Hands Up. That was pretty dope. We were still dealing with Mike Brown. I like that track a lot. Had a real eclectic sample. It's real raw. A lot of time in my business, I'm always thinking of how to sell something. So it's like if it's not built for the radio or built for a certain market, it's not that I will overlook it. It's just I spend my more time, dealing with that because I'm on that end of the business. Or critiquing it just because, I don't even have time to critique it. I have to know what it is because I got to sell it. Somebody wants to do a show, so you got to be able to bring bodies in to get booked for a show. You know what I'm saying? Not just make music. So I think about stuff a little different, but. That was something that caught my attention.
Shout out to Odinero. He's on here too.
Yeah,
we're doing his second interview soon.
There's I had something in mind that I just heard. B.O.B. B.O.B. had a couple records on a Psychedelic Thoughts project that I actually got a chance to hear just because I was working and passing here. One in particular, Joe Bird. And I kind of gravitated towards that track because I got a chance to go home, so to speak, back to Africa. And also, we're on 5FM out there. We've been on 5FM up until recently for about 2 years. It's a huge station. I'm sure all my Africans know about it, especially in that part of Africa. Um, but it's a show called What It Be World, which is very near and dear to me because you know, I felt like we helped grow not only American hip hop but also South African hip hop. You know, I've seen a lot of great artists come through there, and we wouldn't give a fuck. You know, if we was on 5FM, a lot of people were getting censored to, you know, you got to turn in your mix of what you're gonna play. We would send our show in 5 minutes before it was on air, and they'd be sitting there like, what are they gonna say? We'd bleep out stuff. You know, we would play anybody's music that we could find online that we liked. And there was a couple artists that we even put on mixtapes out there that went on to do huge things. I mean, I know we're huge fans of iFunny, Tear Gas, AKA went to do some huge things, doing huge things. Deless is doing huge things. So, you know, hearing that song, Joe Berg, and it being an American artist and knowing what the scene in South Africa has accomplished up to date and what I know they're going to accomplish was pretty inspirational for me. So, you know, I hope to share that interview on 5FM here within the upcoming week or so. I'll play the exclusive interview. I got it from B.O.B. We videotaped it, introduced the song, and hopefully drop it and, you know, continue to create this bridge the gap, you know.
It is so needed. Yeah. Like, I mean, dude, the day I met you, and I used something, and you're like, dude, I was in South Africa, Joburg. It's very rare for me to meet that. And then there is so much talent in South Africa, and they look up to men like you. Man, B.O.B. is an artist, man. I remember watching B.O.B. strumming the guitar to, what was his song with the white female? One of his.
Was it Amy Winehouse? No, he did something with Katy Perry. Did he do something?
One of those, and he was on stage. He was just strumming. I'm like, man, that's just like talent. Like, it's so awesome. And then I'm a big fan. I'm a Bobby Ravens, a huge fan. So hopefully I'll run into him over here. We can interview him sometime. But yeah, so those are the inspirations for Mr. Blake. In closing, Mr. Blake, if it wasn't hip hop, or if it wasn't music, what would you be doing?
Probably like physical therapy. I was going to school for physical therapy. I like that end of work. You know, I like helping people. I was really athletic and in the sports. A bit of an intellect, so I liked.
Now a bit short change.
I'm saying a bit of an intellect. So you know, I think physical therapy.
Physical therapy?
Yeah, physical therapy probably been something I was doing.
That's classic.
You know, a lot of people say, hey, you know, I be out here just doing something illegal and stuff like that, and I'm not saying.
To tell you the truth, I was kind of.
Most people would think that. I mean, and you know, I'm not exempt. I'm just saying that I like to think I'll be doing something better.
Something better.
You know what I'm saying? I like to think that.
Well, I am so glad you're doing this instead. You know, you're like a little Nelson Mandela or something.
Man, almost got a chance to meet Madiba.
Oh my God,
man, I almost got a chance to. I
want to tell us that story. We want to hear that, dude.
When we took Rick Ross over to South Africa for Robert Gamede's birthday, I had arranged and talked with him about meeting Madiba because at that time he was still in the hospital, but he wasn't as close to the end.
He was
still comprehensive and functional, from what I understand. And Mr. Gamede said that he will hook up a visit with Winnie, you know, if we can do Mandela. So I really had looked forward to doing that, but I mean the show kind of got out of hand with Rick Ross, and you know I had to work, so it didn't happen. But I did get a chance to meet what's his name, Brother Andrew. I want to say his name is Andrew. I cannot remember his last name, but he did like 22 years with Mandela, and I got a chance to sit down and interview with him.
Kalpa, the Indian gentleman, or different?
You know what? He could have been Indian because of the complexion of his skin, but I'm pretty sure he's African. But yeah, I'll share the interview with you. I had him sign my Mandela book and everything. You know, I was quite prepared. But that's the thing about the Omen Agency, man. It's a sign of things to come.
No, man.
So if you believe the signs,
oh my God,
you
dude,
can be there too.
you guys you can't feel the vibe in this place, but just being here, man, it's so inspirational. It's amazing. So it's not things to come, it's things that are being, man.
Yeah.
Things that are going on in this place are like amazing, bro.
Well, it's just like what you were saying with B.O.B. He's such an artist, and it's like I remember his management, TJ and B. Rich, brought B.O.B. like in a very infantile point in his career. Like he hadn't even started. I don't think he had any radio success at that point. And then it would happen. There's an artist named Young Greatness that just got signed to QC. He had been coming here for 3 or 4 years. Cash Out, Future, K Camp, Waka Flocka. I mean, you just keep naming names, and
they've graced the stage, people.
Already, and they're coming.
Put your feet here and go do great things.
That boy Drum, people just hearing, I like to cha-cha. And he's been here like February, early February. So, I mean, we constantly get them. Tina P's, the Protocals, the Paz, the Decatur Ikes, the
Ordinero,
Renee G, Gerald Streets, all these wonderful talents that are doing things right now. We usually end up getting them before they become world brands by the time you get a chance to hear them. So come visit our website, omenagency.com. If you're ever in the A, come holler at us on Peter Street. If you're ever in Germany, holler us at Ramstein. If you're ever in Africa, South Africa, holler us at Joburg. Tune in.
Trying to get Omen Agency Zimbabwe. We have to
recognize
Zimbabwe.
All my Zimbabwe homies. My homeboy Z, you know who I'm talking to, who helped me get around South Africa the first time I was there. Zim, he's from Zimbabwe. Yo,
what?
Much respect. We called him Z. I can't remember his last name, but his name was Z. And Z actually went and paid his own way to go to school in London, worked in Joburg. Just coming up, man. So I got a great large respect for my Zimbabwe people. You know what I'm saying? I'm an African. I know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sovereign to the U.S. So let's put this thing back together. Let's run this planet like we're supposed to. Tina P's African. She knows what's happening. Let's run this music thing. Let's bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? Who's rolling with the Omen?
Oh, I forgot about the mixtape. Cooking.
Mixtape, hooking Miss Tina P's, thanking other people's interviews here. I don't know what.
It's like when the hook meets the streets. Hooks meet the streets. Sweet R&B hooks with the street rappers like YFM Lucci, Free Bands Gang, Young Mozzie, 550.
Don't give away too much.
Give it all away. See, I'm so excited. Urban Connection, I like it.
Running R&B, and now, she's showing she can do one on the hip-hop too. So if y'all need hooks out there, especially out there,
I'm your girl.
if y'all mention this broadcast, we'll do an extreme discounted price.
Woo!
For Queen Tina P to bless you with your CD. But the music has to be
quality.
Yes.
Please don't bring.
It don't have to be mix and master just yet. We can hear through that, but it definitely has to be,
Please do not bring anything over here. And then if you bring something messy and you say, "Oh, we'll show you an Urban Connection," we will kick you out the door.
If you're really interested and you humble,
no, we're not.
You ask for help, we can help you get it up to par.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? We can make this better.
Yes.
Opposed to kicking them out the door.
See, this is the family environment here. Do you see this? I'm so happy. Please believe it. All right.
Please believe it.
The interview was supposed to be 10 minutes. Both of them went this is almost an hour. I got 3 sections of it.
It wasn't my fault.
We're loving this, and this is just a blessed place.
Follow us at Omen Agency.
There we go.
Follow
what else?
I am Tina. Pittman.
Yes, awesome. And then this is Brian Chitty, a little old Zimbabwean dude who was barefoot one time, interviewed Black Nicholson.
You're all barefoot.
What's my name? Whispered it. I couldn't even hear you say it.
Whispering that again. But it is awesome. We're going to do great things, and it's more to come with the Omen Agency. Signing out, guys. Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever in the world you are.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
World.